Hello and welcome to this Closing Bell live show and you are on the Moneycontrol network. I am Yatin Mota. If you talk about the markets, the entire week was quite strong, and in fact today we gained another 90 points on the Nifty, wherein we closed above that 25,630 mark. And if you look at the Sensex, we rose above that 84,000 mark. So Sensex gaining by nearly 300 points. When it comes to the other indices, Nifty Bank also saw 250 points kind of a gain. Nifty mid and small cap indices also rising anywhere between 0.5% to 1%. Now, if you look at the top sectoral performance today, we had energy, pharma as well as PSU stocks, especially the PSU banks moving in trade. What was not doing well is the real estate as well as the IT sector. So that continues to remain a laggard. When it comes to the Nifty 50 Geofinance, after getting various registration certificates from SEBI, that stock moved 3.5%. Asian Paints moved 3%. And remember, today we had the GSW Group announcing the acquisition of Akzo Nobel Paints, which is the manufacturer of Dulux Paints. So that stock did well in terms of the peers. IndusInd Bank, after CNBC TV 18 reported that there is a list of CEOs which is possibly getting a RBI approval very, very shortly. So that shortlisting of candidates news kept the stock 2.5% higher. What was not doing well is Dr. Reddy's, Trent, Wipro as well as Eternal. So all of these stocks down anywhere between 1 to 2%. Let's talk about the mid-cap stocks, and there we had the Himadri Specialty Chemicals. That stock surged 13%. Narayana Hrudayalaya, and this stock has been on a tear, all-time highs, and today the stock was up another 10%. Kirloskar Brothers and Reddington were the other stocks which moved in trade. What was not doing well, profit taking in Aegis Logistics, that stock was down 5%. Thermax and Oberoi Realty also down 3% each. But today we have a special guest, Jay Thakkar from ICICI Securities joins us on the show. Jay, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. The market is clearly on a tear. A lot of things moving higher, especially after the RBI rate cut. Things are looking strong, not for banks especially, but across the board. What is your sense? Do you think this level of 25,500 could sustain and we could probably head towards all-time highs?
Absolutely, Yutin, and thanks for having me on the show. The breakout has been very clean now this time around because prior to this, Nifty attempted, or maybe Nifty, Bank Nifty, both of them attempted to break out from the consolidating range. I mean, if Bank Nifty was consolidating since April, and 23rd of April is what I think it had topped earlier. Since then, and then finally it broke out during the RBI monetary policy day, both Nifty and Bank Nifty, but then due to the geopolitical tension, they fell back into the range. And eventually, once the geopolitical tensions actually got eased off, we have seen both of these indices again inching high. In fact, Bank Nifty has again made a lifetime high. So has Nifty Financial Services. So has Mid-Cap Select Nifty. So what's pending then is Nifty. I mean, the Sensex has also done so. All of those indices which are actually trading in the FNO segment, um, excuse me, have achieved the lifetime highs apart from Sensex and Nifty. So I think both of these are also likely to, going forward, achieve or make a lifetime high is what I'm expecting. Now, on the downside, 25,000 levels. For me, 25,000 to 25,100 range is a very critical support for Nifty. I mean, till those levels are held, the possibility going forward of a lifetime high is definitely there.
Absolutely, and 25,000, 25,100 is an important support zone. And yes, we have now inched up to that 25,600 mark. But Jay, talking about HDFC Bank, that stock is at all-time high. Axis and ICICI have also shown some bit of buying today. Reliance, to my surprise, has moved above that 1,500 level, showing good strength. So when it comes to the Nifty 50, apart from banks, or probably banks if you like, which are the other stocks which can give some leadership when it comes to all-time high, which is in our site?
So you're correct. I mean, if you look at the Nifty composition, I think then around 35-40% is that of Bank Nifty. And I would not be able to comment on ICICI due to the compliance reasons. But then definitely, see, I mean, within the banking pack, you have HDFC and ICICI having the highest weightage, right? So I will comment on HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank looks positive from here on too. And if you see since past 2 years with it, The FIs are also increasing their stake in HDFC Bank. So I think it was around 35% during the end of 23. And now if you are in mid of 25 and from 33, 35%, the FI holdings have come to now 48, 49% out there. In HDFC, it was consolidating within a very broader range from which it broke out finally. 3.5 years of consolidation breakout, FI increasing their stake, momentum is bullish, long build up seen. I mean, shorts have got covered. So all things are positive. I mean, I don't see now this stock going below the levels of 1850. Earlier, that was acting as a resistance, and on the upside, it can eventually achieve the target of 2500 as well. If HDFC is positive, HDFC Bank, I mean to say, if Kotak Bank is positive, similarly is the case with Kotak Bank. It's just that the DIs have been holding and adding quite a lot of Kotak Bank, quite much positive out there, a range break out there. So Axis similarly is positive. So apart from IndusInd Bank, I think mainly banking bank looks quite positive. I'm not sure on IndusInd Bank. So Bank Nifty is positive. 35-40% of Nifty is done. Now, Reliance, you had a huge
Right.
shorts out there, Yatin. I mean, lifetime high shorts is what you saw, 1150, 1200 range, and from there, shorts got covered. And now Reliance is back above 1500 levels. I think the kind of announcement which also it made that it might come out with another IPO in September or so. So I don't think now you're going to see much of the selling pressure in Reliance. I mean, lifetime high shorts have been done. So for this year, that's done. Any dips will be bought into. So net has another 9-10% on Nifty. Bharti is around 4-5% on Nifty, and we have been seeing the addition of Bharti as well by the index fund. So that's looking positive. Construction materials and metals are now looking positive. So commodity part, Yatin, is looking positive, which has not performed. Metals, construction materials, you see, oil and gas, they are looking positive commodities. And they have not performed. So they will bounce back by 5 to 10% overall, stock wise. And healthcare has been consolidating and IT has been consolidating. IT has so far bounced back and relatively outperformed Bank Nifty. But then in last 1 or 2 months, I'm talking, otherwise Bank Nifty has been outperforming. So if IT, things out there in US basically improves and there is no recession fear out there, then IT can participate and really help Nifty to bounce because that has got around 15% kind of a weightage.
Correct. Yes, so that's the view coming in on the Nifty constituents. But let's talk stock specific. Today we have a Jeffries note which has come out on GAIL. They have a buy target on the stock with a target of 210. Now, there is the expectation that in the month of July there could be a tariff hike. If the tariff hike is 10% or 20%, there could be some significant earnings impact on the positive side. In fact, Jeffries is expecting a 10% kind of a tariff hike, and that would boost their return on capital employed, which will reach double digits. Now, obviously, the valuations could see enrichment given the fact that the tariff hike is something which will boost the overall earnings. And yes, the PNGRB, which is a gas regulator, would come out with a decision anytime, probably in the month of July, which is the current series. Jay, would like your view on oil and gas stocks. Crude has been volatile, now again below $70 per barrel. Do you think stocks, something like a GAIL, HPCL, would continue to move higher given the fact that the volatility in crude prices is behind us?
Absolutely. I mean, the distributors are definitely going to, the marketing companies are definitely going to benefit out of it because, as you rightly mentioned, the volatility will be down and we will not see crude, in fact, going down to 75, 80 immediately, right? And if that's not happening, I think then obviously they are going to benefit. So OMCs are looking positive, among which I think IOC relatively has a better risk reward from the trading angle. So IOC, BP, relative to BP and HP looks better. And among the oil and gas, I mean, see, we had a lot of negatives. We had a lot of shorts in MGL, Petronet, both of them. But MGL was consolidating most of the shorts which got built up. I think few months ago when there was an announcement by the government side, and we have seen a huge cut in Petronet and MGL, both of them. Post which they bounce back, consolidating. Most of the shorts have been covered, and now the breakout has been witnessed. So I think that MGL is likely to do good, and likewise GAIL is also likely to do good. So I'm bullish on overall space, Nifty oil and gas. I think, and as I said, commodity related stocks to do well as well. And then the last leg of the rally, generally commodities perform well.
Correct. That is the view on commodities and oil and gas stocks. But talking about IndusInd Bank, this has been a volatile kind of environment for them. A lot of issues in the balance sheet, P&L account, and now the CEO has resigned. Obviously, today we have CNBC TV 18, which has reported, according to their sources, that Rajiv Anand, who is right now in Axis Bank, Anup Saha from Bajaj Finance, and Rahul Shukla from HDFC Bank. So these are the three contenders for the CEO post. And RBI, once they receive a formal, kind of candidature of these three people, they would look at finalizing the candidate. And if any one of these three candidates would lead IndusInd Bank moving forward after the RBI approval, there could be some significant amount of leadership changes that could drive the valuation from here on, according to analysts. Now, RBI's decision has not yet come. There is no official comment from IndusInd Bank with regards to the CEO candidates, but yes, the event is probably near term. Jay, since you didn't comment earlier on IndusInd Bank, in general, talking about mid-cap banks, be it IndusInd Bank, we have Federal Bank, we have RBL Bank, all of these stocks have been, quite active in the future and option trade. Any particular stock in the mid-tier banking space that you like?
Well, see, I would say that AU Bank has been relatively doing quite well. AU Small Finance Bank have seen a long build-up. I think that has taken off its yearly highs as well, technically, and we have seen long build-up from the derivatives point of view. Right? More or less 2 3 years, if you see, I think that also did not perform well, but then that even didn't fall much. EU Bank and the momentum out there has got positive. So I'm very much positive. But if I have to be very bullish on these mid-tier or mid segment banks, then relatively EU Bank looks much better as compared to Bandhan or RBL or maybe Indus.
Right, and AU Bank is year to date one of the top performers on Nifty Bank, 45% kind of return in the last 6 months or so. So yes, as you're mentioning, technically or on the charts, one of the top gainers, AU Small Finance Bank. But before we let you go, view on metals, Jay, because we have steel stocks, non-ferrous stocks like Vedanta, Hindustan Zinc also moving. So in general, what is the sense of the metal stocks? Do you think from here on the trading momentum could continue in few of these names?
I think either ferrous or non-ferrous, all of them are likely to perform. I mean, the deal with the China has been done. I mean, that's what has been done. And I think very, very soon the possibility of happening with India is also there. The rate cut out here has happened. I'm expecting capex to actually increase or take off from here on. I think that is what people were waiting for. And now the clarity is much more there from the RBI government with respect to the growth and capex. So I think that that's going to fly. And if that happens, then Yatin, I am sure that all of these stocks are likely to benefit domestically as well as internationally. And DXY is staying down. I mean, see, DXY has got an inverse correlation with the commodities or metals per se, and billions as well, right? Most of the time. Now, DXY, I mean, at 3 years low, and the metals are yet not performed. So I think that rally has to catch up. Otherwise, if DXY bounces back from here on, I mean, metals might lose this opportunity. So, and also Nifty Commodity Index, if you see, has broken out from a range of 8,500 to 8,400 to 8,900, and that might go to 9,400 or so. So, at least in the short to medium term perspective, I think either ferrous or non-ferrous, all of them are likely to good. And among which, as a disclaimer, I would say that we already have a long positions or maybe recommended to our clients on JSW Steel.
Okay, JSW Steel, that is one stock we'll watch out for. Thank you so much, Jay, for speaking to Moneycontrol.
Thanks.
And
Pleasure. Wish you the same. Thank you so much, Yatin.
So with that, it's a wrap on this show on Moneycontrol. In a few weeks from now, we have the important result season which will start. We'll also monitor the monsoon trends and what exactly India Inc. can deliver in the first quarter of this new financial year FY26. With that, have a happy weekend, and we'll see you on Monday 9 a.m. Keep watching Moneycontrol for all your business news and updates.